Welcome all to episode Adele's second album, 21, of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee, and series 3.
That's right. We're here. They've not cancelled us yet.
We're back. We've got no guests today. Just me,
Just us.
Lauren, and Brian. We're joined by Brian.
Hey,
Brian. So welcome back. If you didn't catch it last week, we did an episode with the Bunny and the Beast. We called it the Bunny, the Beast, the Boss, and the Bitch. No, the Bitch and the Boss. Wait, what were you?
The Baker and the Boss.
The Baker. Sorry,
I couldn't come up with a good one, me.
No, I know.
You were original with the bitch, weren't you?
Yeah.
But I was determined to make it a B. I think that's.
Yeah,
then
Baker.
I couldn't get it out.
Baker,
I couldn't get it out.
Baker. What could we say?
I don't know.
With Burn.
Burn.
With Ben. Isn't that what they call a baby?
Oh, in like Scotland.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I thought it was Newcastle, but whatever.
Same thing.
Somewhere north.
Just insulted like everyone
I've had
in the
to have a
northeast.
coffee. Sorry to pop in and
I've had to have this. Oh my god, double chocolate frappuccino.
Are you missing caffeine? For anyone who doesn't know, Lauren is pregnant.
With
So
child.
if you are watching on YouTube, she's not fat, she's just pregnant.
Although these videos, you look great. We've discussed this before. Like you're like in the camera and you're like, oh god, looking really good. Like my skin's so fresh. And then you see yourself on YouTube and it does add 10 pounds. Honestly, I'll be just like, oh my god, I look so fat in that.
Well,
And now I'm pregnant, so I'm like, can be just that. Oh, I
I
was
didn't
pregnant.
want to say, but I thought your ego was getting a bit too much. So what I've been doing is I've been altering.
Stretching it out
Imagine.
into widescreen.
Imagine if you found out
That would end our friendship.
Would it?
Because that's like really dishonest,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
actually quite disgraceful.
It's actually awful, isn't it?
Yeah, God, I hope that never happens. God, no, as if I have the time to alter
Yeah,
what
as
you
if.
look like.
As
I
if.
mean, God, it would take ages. it would take ages to make you look not
Oh,
beautiful.
he's creeping now. He's creeping back.
Disgusting. Compliments don't suit me, do they?
No, I find it hard to compliment someone.
Really?
No, like, no, I think I do actually quite a lot, but I'll be like, oh, that top's nice or whatever. But when, it's something about like someone being a really like generous person, something like that.
Yeah.
When you're like, you're very kind. Oh, you're such a kind. Stuff like that. I'm a bit like, ugh.
I remember one time I was quite drunk and I said to Holly, my friend, I went to say to her, oh, you're such a kind girl with a big heart. But I accidentally said you're a big girl with a kind heart. So you're such a big girl with a kind heart.
She's been on a diet ever since.
I don't think I'll tell people they're kind. I mean, they are kind. I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Do you
some
find
people,
it easy to? I mean, I find it very easy to take a compliment.
if someone tells me I look great, I'm all for that. But when someone tells me a personality one like that,
right, it's a bit like
it gives you the ick, doesn't it? It makes you uncomfortable hearing it. Not that people do it that much.
yeah. Oh, really? You don't hear it?
I don't think people do it. I don't think British people do that much.
What, like you're a very studious young girl.
I'd just be like, pervert.
You pervert.
Get away from me.
Did I tell you about the mermaid documentary?
Oh my God, you did, and it keeps getting advertised to me on
Did
Netflix.
I tell you about when they said, did I talk about it on the pod?
Yeah.
Where she goes, there is a word that we call people who perv on mermaids. We call them merverts.
That is really good.
Merverts.
I might watch it because it does keep coming up as like suggested for me.
I could see you as one.
As one of them mermaids. I think I'd get the fear me, that free diving thing. Have you watched, sorry to do TV corner here. Have you watched that, The Last Breath, The Shallowest Breath or something, The Shortest Breath? Something about breath.
Well, that's Lauren's job in PR.
Gone.
I'll
never work for Babbitt.
What's the shortest breath? Do tell.
It's about this free diving couple. I actually basically watched it via Gogglebox, which I
Right.
feel like is the best way to watch anything.
Okay.
Because you watch like the interesting bits. And basically this woman is like this free diver, and they go down for like 10 minutes at a time or whatever, like these mermaids do. And then there was her boyfriend, who was also a free diver, was like, oh, you should do this cove. And I can't remember whereabouts it is. But basically like there's a Oh, there's an alarm going off. Yeah, you go down in the cove and then you swim 30 meters underneath the actual like rock, and then you come up the other side, and it would be the longest anyone's ever done. And people have died under it and all this shit.
Why would you do
Why? I know. Honestly.
Or can't you take a tank of oxygen with you?
Just in case.
Yeah, just where you're like, oh, but then I guess if you've got it, you know you can do it.
Yeah, I'd just be like, maybe there's something about if you then go to breathe into it, would you put water into the tank? Maybe it wouldn't work. Do you know what I mean?
Well, no, because that's what the mermaids do. I didn't realise. I just thought
they have those little things, don't
They
they?
have these pipes where they just blow on the pipe, and then I was
do
like,
they?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're like, oh yeah, and they're in the mermaid tank.
Well, in this, spoiler, if you're going to watch it, stop listening. But basically, she was going to go down, swim, and then she was going to go across, and then there'd be a rope, and then she'd know where to come up. So she didn't go... Because you're just like swimming, you know, to try to get onto this rock, and then she'd know to come straight up and not like go off because she only had enough breath for like that much, whatever. Anyway, her boyfriend was meant to meet her on that side with the rope, but she set off 10 seconds early and he sets off 20 seconds late.
No. So that's 30 seconds.
And that's a long time when you're not breathing.
Yeah.
So she's swimming and they're like, oh my God, she should be like pulling on the rope by now. She should be like on the way up. They're looking at the watch and they're worried about him. Anyway, he finally finds her and then like takes her up, and there's this amazing picture. It looks like something out of a film, and he's like lifting her out the water, and she turns round, and that's it. He took his last breath, lifting her out the water. So he fully like dies in it.
What, he dies?
Yeah. And it's just like awful. I was like, I literally watched the only section of that, like that's the main bit of the whole fucking documentary. I watched that like 10-minute bit and I was like, well, I didn't see that coming. So never do mermaids.
Okay, well, way to bring the fucking tone.
I know.
Wow.
I was shooketh.
I bet it was. You were.
But you don't free dive. Why would you free dive?
I know. Well, you know what? There's a certain level of risk that they took, and, you know, it didn't pay off.
And she did it, didn't she? But he didn't.
God.
Never be late for a date, guys. That's what we're learning here.
Yeah, never be late for a date, even if it is in a cove.
Yeah, never
In
set
fact,
off.
especially if it is in a cove, because,
Yeah.
you know, your life could depend on it.
Never set off 20 seconds late.
Oh, God.
So don't watch that documentary. I'm glad I didn't, because it was on my list, because, you know, I love non-fiction.
So it was called The Last Breath.
Something like that, or The Shortest Breath, something about breath.
Mm.
It'll be showing up in your docus, like,
Take my breath away.
take my breath away. Imagine that was the music they play at the credits.
Funeral.
Awful. Oh, the funeral. Dark.
Catch my
humour.
breath. Does it catch my breath?
Ooh.
How's it go? Oh, we shouldn't be doing
Let me
this.
lose my breath. Oh, it's even worse.
Oh no, we've got another one which we have to. I've had
Edit.
anxiety all week over stuff that I've said last week.
Well,
Like,
ironically, our levels
gotta-
are bad,
we've
so
gotta
we
do-
could
yeah.
hear you.
Listen, we're only doing this. We're only making, you know, like it's such a sad thing. Our heart goes out to them, but it's you know I it's like funerals. Like
Oh,
I've only been to one-
I'll smile at a funeral, like at the end when you've got to like meet the people, because it's just like nervous energy, isn't it? So you're like, are you all right down there?
Yeah, I've got some weird thing on my leg.
Get off. Told you.
Yeah, no, and also it's like really, if someone tells you bad news, like,
And then you
I
smile.
remember once,
Like,
right? I was in university, and we were like performing for this. We were doing a rehearsal. It was me and my friend Jess, and this guy called James, like lovely guy, comes up and he goes, "Oh, mate, I've just had the worst experience of my life." And I was like, "What's wrong?" Like we were like, "What are you okay?" He's like, "Oh God, I'm shaking up." And I was like, "What happened?" And he goes, "Literally, I was on the bus and I saw this other bus and this guy, no, it's really bad. This guy stuck his head out the car window, and this fucking bus drove past, decapitated him."
what?
Yeah, well, I burst out laughing. Like, I mean, it was so bad because I just did not expect. He was like, his head fell off. And like, he was like, I've just seen him be decapitated. It
Oh
was
my God, he needs therapy.
it was awful, but I went, like I was literally like, oh no.
As if that happened.
Yeah, I know. It did happen. It happened in Manchester. I mean, if you
That's
Google
awful.
like, I don't know, decapitated head, Manchester
dark
around
web.
2012. I think it was around then. But like, you know, my instinct was to just burst out laughing because you don't know what to
Yeah.
do, and also you don't expect it because laughter is all about surprise.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's
So
why
when
we
people
laugh.
are laughing at your jokes, they're just really surprised to see you.
They're surprised that I'm funny. They've heard the terrible reviews.
I was saying that to someone the other day.
Oh,
when
were you? What were you saying about me?
I was saying about how you, with your trolls, always say, you can call me so-called funny, but you can't call me so-called comedian because my tax return says something.
It's
to,
factual.
Yeah.
I know. It's
And I
like-
really like that because that's a factual comeback.
it absolutely is.
It's
It's
also
like,
slightly sassy.
well, yeah, it's like you can say you're so-called funny, but you can't say so-called comedian when I am.
When you just put on your tax return, barrel of laughs.
I think actually on my tax return it says entertainer.
Does it?
Yeah.
They might think you're a clown or something.
I'll be the clown.
I've done my tax return.
Me too, actually.
High five us.
Shout out to tax returns.
I do have a shout out.
Oh, she's got a shout out.
My shout out of the week goes to Jo, the Fab Lifer, who came to visit my Dolly Sticks stall down at Cold Drop Shard at King's Cross at the weekend. And her daughter lives in Hackney and she was down. And you know what Jo was doing? She was getting a tattoo and getting her ears pierced.
Oh my God, what was she getting the tattoo of?
She got this like, was it on her hand? Can't remember now. It was like one of those, they're quite on trend actually, and they're like quite thin, like line tattoos with like dots. It was really nice. It's not like tribal, like what is it? It's almost like a star, but like made up of like very delicate.
Right.
Like they're very on trend at the moment. So shout out to Jo.
I love it. You can like, they come and, because you've had a few Fab Lifers like visit you
Yeah.
and say hello. I personally don't like them anywhere near me. But no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I did actually get spotted in Liverpool not long ago. Not
By
from
who?
being not a Fab Lifer, but I always remember it was this lady came up to me. I do forget her name, and it was she goes, "Oh my God, I know you. I follow you from Nadia's Instagram and like on the YouTube channel. So it's either her or usually it's Amy as well.
You've
I'm
had
like
it with
fucking
Amy, haven't you?
Sunita,
Yeah.
like
Don't
just
you
known
know
as
my
being
friend?
someone's friend. Yeah, I had it in a queue for a club once. Oh my God, you're Amy Walsh's friend.
And you're like, yeah.
I went, who? Never heard of her.
Like, would you take our picture?
So did she come up to you and say, I'm a Fab Lifer?
She did. She said, I listened to the pod.
Oh.
And bless her daughter, she was like maybe like early 20s. She just stayed silent the whole time. That's what daughters do, innit?
Well, yeah.
And she probably thought, I had like the first glimpse of like the daughter probably thought we were so uncool.
Really?
Because we're a podcast her mum listens to. I don't know. That's just like, I
Maybe
feel
she
like
didn't. Maybe you putting words into her mouth.
maybe the daughter listens too. We do have a few mum and daughter listeners.
Shout out to mums and daughters.
We can only do one a week. Hold on.
And today's about Joe.
Today's
Well,
about
Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, lovely.
Watched on the YouTube.
Did she buy a cookie?
She bought 4. She bought every flavour.
Oh!
Treat yourself. Let me know how they were.
She's supportive, isn't she, Joe?
Yeah,
Listens to
our
the pod,
Jo.
buys your cookie.
Fab Life
I've
is
not
a nice.
seen her at one of my stand-up shows, but it's all right. I was in Brighton doing stand-up this
How
weekend.
was that?
It was lovely. But
The
I
home of the
managed-
gay comedian.
Well, I shouted out at one point on the Saturday. I said, "Any gays in?" Total silence. Total silence.
Were they
I
doing a
thought,
straight
Brighton,
night?
It's like bloody Grinder Live usually.
Yeah, what was that about?
Well, I think they went back in the closet when I came out.
They were like, there's only room for him in this room.
But it was so funny, and I'm going to end up probably clipping it and putting it online. But
I'm just setting this up right here.
so I saw this woman in the crowd when I was chatting away. I wasn't emceeing, but I was chatting away, and this woman had a top on with a kitten on the top, like a cartoon kitten. I said, "Oh, what's your top say?" And so she was reading it out, and it said, "I saw a lovely kitten, and it turns out the kitten was me." Well, I said, "Everyone out. She'll kill us all." I mean, that's the freakiest thing I've ever
I
heard.
don't know what that means.
Well,
Am I meant to
exactly.
understand
Don't
it?
you think it's freaky?
Yeah.
She said, "It turns out the kitten is me." I said, "Everyone out. She's got a gun." Like,
She's a serial killer.
Yeah.
Did she have cats?
Well, not with her. I don't think they let them in.
That's why she
unless
was
it's
at the top.
an emotional support
I thought
cat.
you were going to say it said like pussy on it. And
No,
she was
no.
like,
But it was a really... So I was like, it really threw me.
that.
I kept thinking about it, and then it was so funny because some people
I'm
from the
trying to
gig
figure it out.
followed me, and they were like, "We're still laughing about the kitten top." Like it was just such. And bless her, I totally ripped the shit out of this top. Like totally was like, "You're weird." I also called someone a freak, and and afterwards I thought, I'm just getting paid to just insult people.
You're
It's
getting
really bad.
more confident.
I'm
with
getting
that.
more bitchy.
I think that works for you. I think that might be your niche.
Someone said, this girl was talking, and I said, "Oh," and she answered really oddly, and I just went, "You're a freak." Like, she's so
Freak's
rude.
so good though.
She's so rude.
Freak used to be in when we were in school, didn't it? Like, oh, it's such a freak.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know.
You're bringing it back.
But I do love saying you're a freak. Well, I tell you what as well. Mooch is gonna kill me. Big Belly Comedy Club. Oh, it's like X and Twitter, isn't it? I'm going to call it Vauxhall.
I know.
But
Offense.
I was closing Big Belly Comedy Club on Wednesday. New material.
Yeah. New Matt
New
Matt night.
New Matt night. And there was a woman on the front row, and as I'm halfway through my story, she just gets up and leaves. So I like kind of made a reference.
That's bold.
To it. Bold, yeah. Kind of made reference to it, but also didn't have enough time / inclination to really, say much. So she walked out. So I was like, oh, okay, she's not a fan of such and such, whatever I was talking about. So then about 6 minutes later, she comes back in, and I'm like, oh, welcome back. I was like, where have you been? And I thought she'd say like toilet or
Toilet.
went to the drink, went for a drink,
Yeah.
went to the bar. She went, I just went for a walk.
Oh my God.
I said it's the worst heckle I've ever received.
That's
I was like,
insulting.
I mean, Jesus Christ. It literally, my ego just was trampled. She walked all over my ego. I just went to stretch my legs
Did everyone like
during my material.
Did everyone howl?
Yeah, they were pissing themselves. Like,
Don't sit on the front row if you're gonna have to get.
it was hilarious.
Oh my God, I feel for you.
And then it was actually funny because Phoebe had said she was a bit of a nightmare all night. She's complaining. She was a bit like, she was on her own.
Was she just a Karen?
She was a bit of a Karen. And anyway, towards the end, she was like, sorry. And I went, no, don't apologise to me. It's fine. Apologise to yourself. You lay yourself down. That's what I might start doing with them. Just going, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Always get some.
Um,
Speaking of X, actually, my logo's changed on my phone.
I know, and I'm not used to it.
But me and Freddie were saying, like, you're not gonna. It's always gonna be a tweet. It's not gonna be like I sent an X, is it? Or like, here's some X's you've missed while you've been away.
Oh,
It
God.
just doesn't work.
How do I count the ways?
Like, it just doesn't work, does
What
it?
was going to call? I mean, listen, the MEN Arena.
Great example.
The MEN Arena. In Manchester, it was the Manchester Evening News Arena. We called it the MEN.
What is it now?
It's apparently
The Evening
the
Standard?
Manchester Arena. But it was the Phones for You Arena.
Yeah.
Phones for
Oh, you. I can't do that. Yeah.
Phones for You.
Great.
And then it was something else. Well, do you remember when I hosted a corporate event
And you
on
called
Concord?
it the MEN, didn't you?
Yeah, this was on Concord. Oh, it's the campest entrance ever. So it was underneath Concord, and they used to do these like dinners, sit-down dinners. And I entered walking down the steps of Concord.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a president? Like
Yes, more
getting
of
off
a
the
first
jet?
lady.
More of a first lady, more of a Jackie O character.
More of a Condoleezza Rice, even though she wasn't first lady. But you remember Condoleezza?
I remember the name.
Yeah.
What was she famous for? Did she have any scandals?
I think she was Secretary of State.
Or did she do anything good?
Oh, God knows.
Probably.
Anyway, so yeah, and I said you'll win 2 tickets to the MEN Arena. Well, I got fucking bollocked by the sponsor. It was like, it's not called the MEN Arena. But I'm like, you can't just
But
change
you
something.
can't. When something
zeitgeist.
sticks, yeah, it's like you still call the G-Mex in Manchester the G-Mex.
Exactly.
And I don't even know what it does anymore. What's in the G-Mex?
It's a bit of an exhibition centre, I think.
Okay. It's like the East Lancashire Road, the dual carriageway near my mum and dad's house. My grandma used to call that the new road, and it had been built 100 years. She'd be like, up on the new road. Do you know what I mean? But like that was what it was called.
Yeah, the new road.
Yeah. And the new school was the high school, and it had been there for ages.
Really? And it was like...
Yeah, the new school. But it was never going to change because people knew what she meant when she said it.
Yeah. Well, it's called X now, and apparently it's going to be a whole hub of things.
Like what?
Well, like, he was like, it's going to be a marketplace, it's going to be commerce, it's going to be everything.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. Just keep to tweeting away.
Elon. It's because he had his first website that he got. No, not the first website he got. Was something X. So X and it was like SpaceX, wasn't it? He's just obsessed with X.
He's just obsessed with his ex.
He's got lots of X's to be fair. Yeah, he's got a lot.
But what are we talking about today? Talking of exes, love. Shall we segue into that?
Oh my God, let's do love. Yeah, I found some, they're not generic, they actually were sent into this newspaper as like agony aunt thingy, but with real problems.
Love dilemmas.
Yeah, so we'll read them and then we'll give our advice.
Oh my God, a fantastic situation, because if there's anyone who can give advice on love, it's the guy that has only ever had one failed relationship.
Oh my God.
And, well, one relationship, and it failed. Miserably.
Yeah, don't say that second bit and it'll sound quite good.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Okay. Shall I do a jingle for the Love
Please.
Clinic? It's the Love Clinic. Love Clinic.
Just some options there.
Welcome to the clinic. Take a seat. Date of birth. What are you here for? Swabs.
Oh, dirty.
Chlamydia again.
I've got a tablet for that.
We were talking the other day how... Oh, no, it was on the pod, wasn't it? Was that on the pod? No, I was talking to someone else. Sorry, I just think all my conversations should be recorded at this point.
What about
chlamydia and gonorrhea, like...
What's the... Yeah,
They're great names for kids. Herpes. Get over here.
Awful.
Speak to your brother.
Who? Brother Crabs.
Yeah. Chlamydia, gonorrhea, the twins. Come on.
Come on now. One of you can get rid of quite easily. Yeah. I mean, not really.
Well, listen, I'm just giving you ideas.
They are unisex, though.
Chlamydia.
Yeah.
No, I think chlamydia is probably a girl's name.
Do you?
Yeah.
And gonorrhea's the boy.
Well, I guess Rhea. Do you remember Rhea?
Rhea. I was
From
just going to
promo
say.
days. Oh.
And you were like an appropriate name for an arsehole.
I know. I mean, maybe I was a bit of a bully, but she was.
No, she was a bully. She was such a cow.
And I said, Rhea, appropriate name for an arsehole. I thought that was a really good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
good, yeah.
Shout out to Rhea's.
Shout out to Rhea's out there. Sorry if you call Rhea.
God, what if she listens?
I doubt it.
No.
She's too busy thinking about herself. My partner and I broke up because he realised he doesn't feel ready to fully commit to a relationship at the moment. What should I do? I'm beyond waiting.
Oh my God, this is triggering. That's what happened to me.
I've been in that position before as well.
Okay. Who is this?
So,
What's her name?
oh, it doesn't
His
say.
name.
They're all anonymous.
Okay,
Sorry.
we'll call her Rhea.
Yeah.
So read it again.
My partner and I broke up because he realised he doesn't feel ready to fully commit to a relationship at the moment. What should I do? I'm beyond waiting.
Well, what I will say to person X, or
It is a woman.
as we
It is a woman.
used to call them, person Twitter, I would say you cannot force a square into a circle. Okay? If the person isn't ready for your love, then it's not going to work. And as much as you force it, you will end up drifting apart.
And that's
So
when it'll get bitter as well.
what I would suggest is walk away gracefully, something I wasn't able to do. And maybe in years to come, or months to come, or weeks to come, they will realise what they've missed out on, and you may come back together. However, I would say do not hang on to that hope, because hope is what kills. That's my final thought.
Hope is what kills. Awful. Just crop that bit. Just cut that bit and we'll just put that out to the masses. I actually totally agree with you. That would be my advice too. Get out now, because I also was in a relationship where I was like on again, off again. And they were just not ready, or there was something holding them back. And you're like, I'm just going to wait around because I'm into this. But then you end up just getting a bit bitter and like, but then in other relationships, I have walked away. Because I don't need closure, I've felt like in some...
I do.
You know, when you're like, although it is easier, I think, if someone just cheats on you. because you just hate them instantly, you
Yeah.
know. But if they're just not ready to commit to you, then that means they're selfish. Like fully, they kind of might want the cake and eat it too. They might think better things are out there, and if they do, then they're not right for you because you should be the best thing for them, you know. So do walk away, but it is hard because you're not like you don't feel like the door's really shut, you know.
No.
But do it because in years to come, they 100% will be like, oh my god,
maybe
you
they
were
won't.
great. But you can also your confidence will grow from it, I think, as well. So then in years to come, I just go like, you think about me and think I was fucking great. So sod ya. Sod ya. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
I'm not going to read that one. It's quite similar.
Do you like my tote bag, by the way?
Oh, I did see this
It says
before.
only slags use plastic bags.
Who got you that, or did you buy it yourself?
Yasmin.
Fantastic. Anything that says slags on it is great. My girlfriend and I got into a fight, and now her parents won't let her talk to me. Are they wrong to block me? So that's it. That is the only bit. I thought there was more context.
Okay, gonna need some more info on this.
Yeah, because
How
it could be a
old is
fight
the
into anything,
person?
couldn't it? That's not enough.
Why are their parents getting involved?
I don't know. I think they might be. They're 22.
Okay, that is a slight red flag here. Because if the parents are so involved in this relationship...
She's got to learn from her own mistakes.
Yes. So what I would do is I would kill the parents. Joking, I wouldn't.
Maybe he has
Silence. Maybe I would.
How's it going?
Why are the parents getting... My mum and dad got involved in a relationship.
gonna push
of
her
mine. I'd be
away.
like, what the hell is going on? Keep your nose out.
We don't know how bad the fight was, the argument.
Yes, was it physical, actually? Was it physical?
No, I think they're just using the word fight instead of like argument.
Okay.
I'd ring up the mum and dad and be like, listen, what's going on?
I'm not sure I'd do that.
But there's no other way around it because she's just gonna...
Yeah, so they've stopped. Oh, right, so you ring the mum and dad and be like, listen, can I talk to so-and-so?
Yeah, can I talk to you?
Yeah. Tricky one, that.
Tricky one, that. But it's a bit of a red flag on the old...
Yeah, I wouldn't be very happy. I think if I was the girl and they were my parents, I'd be like, you don't get involved. I speak.
This is a good one.
Okay.
Is there anything you can do to unattract someone already attracted to you?
Oh, I've tried and I've tried and I've tried.
Why would they want
This is what I sent in.
Is it? Why would they want anyone to unattract?
Well, people can get a bit obsessive.
A bit clingy.
Yeah.
You need to do all the classic ick stuff.
What, like you have to try and put them off?
Yeah.
Well, no, I just think you need to set clear boundaries and, let them know that it's never going to happen.
Some people love to be a tease, though, don't they? They love to like lead someone
Dirty,
on.
naughty tease.
Oh.
Tease me. Yeah, what would you say for that? Well, you love people being attracted to you, so you do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would put you off.
But sometimes I remember, like in school, you'd know a lad fancied you, and you just didn't fancy him because he was horrible looking, like especially. You'd be like, oh, you just my mate, don't ruin it.
Yeah.
And that would be hard because you're not old enough to be like, oh, by the way, I know you fancy me, but I don't. Because you feel like you're being mean, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so. And also, like, I wonder how I'd play that. Because sometimes it's you got to be cruel to be kind.
Yeah. I remember doing a promo job with someone, and I thought they might have been gay actually at first, and then I thought maybe like bisexual or not. Like, I don't know, there was something where I just thought they weren't attracted to me, and then at the end of the job, they were like, so we're going to go out then? And I was like, oh, I have fully been like flirting with you and comfortable with you because I didn't think
You thought
I was your type, like,
right.
and that was really hard.
Do
and
I
I was
know
like, no, actually, they're a lot older, actually. Oh my god! But it happened again with someone you know.
Oh my god, what?
I know, and they asked me out, and I was like, what? You don't see it coming, because the last time I'd seen them, they were like in a very long-term relationship and had a kid. And then I saw them again on like an odd job, and then they like followed me on Instagram after and messaged me and like asked me out, and I was like,
who were you with at the time? Were you in?
I don't think I was with anyone, but I just did not fancy them.
Oh.
He was good looking.
I look forward to
I wonder
that.
if you could guess who it is. Older. Grey hair.
Grey hair.
Tanned.
Older grey hair. I can't remember. I don't remember how.
I'll tell you off the pod.
Oh, gosh, she's a tease. Talking of teases.
You'll love this one. I will move soon, like out of the country, and it is unlikely that I will see the narcissistic ex-boyfriend who dumped me again. Should I meet with him one last time?
That is tricky. It's a tricky one. Well, you're saying that he's a narcissist.
Yeah. Is there any more context in this one? No.
I think no. I think stop all contact. You know, if they're a narcissist, they're only going to drag you back into their way of thinking.
Yeah. They obviously want to be like, I'm moving on for whatever reason. Like maybe they're going to uni or they've got a job abroad.
Yeah, they want to shut the door.
Yeah, and they want to be like, I'm doing really good.
Yeah.
But they'll probably start you on Insta anyway, so they'll see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say no.
I'm with you on that.
But, you know, some people need it for different things. You know, I've often thought, being back in London, I sometimes wonder if I'm going to bump into Lucifer.
Or Voldemort. Yeah, do you know what? I've never bumped into an ex.
Really?
I don't think.
I bumped into your ex.
You have?
Zara.
All my mates have
shop,
bumped into... all of my mates have bumped into multiple exes of mine, but I never have. It's weird. Did you have that thing when you broke up with Lucifer where you thought you saw them at all times?
Yeah.
I had that because you just saw what you don't want to bump into them. So everyone who had a beard, I thought it was them, you know?
Yeah.
It's not good. Puts the fear of God in you. You're like that all the time. You're like,
I don't know what I'd do if I saw them.
I don't. I'd kind of like to see them now actually pregnant with a wedding ring on.
Yeah,
to be like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, with your frappuccino.
With me frappuccino. Hey.
Make sure you got that baby on board bag. If you just slumped over with a frappuccino, they might be like, God, she's let herself
I did go to Morrison's the other day and when I'm baking, I wear tracky bottoms and a t-shirt because obviously you just get flour all over you and all that jazz. And I'd forgotten something, so I was like, I'm going to have to go out to Morrison's. So I went out to Morrison's, I trotted, off I went. And you got these tracky bottoms on that were too big anyway. So they just fit over the bump, but it's like, I am pregnant, but it also just looks like I might be really fat. With an alcohol problem, all at the front.
Yeah, you just...
And I had not a scrap of makeup on and I'd had a cold and I'd was really tired and I was like, God, I might see someone. What if I see someone at Morrison's? What
if a Fab Life bumps into you?
They'd probably be really nice.
Fraud.
They'd probably think they'd probably be really nice though.
Yeah, they
Fab
would.
Life is just nice.
They are nice. I don't know why we have such nice listeners.
We don't deserve it.
We don't deserve it.
They'd probably be like, Lauren, oh my God, you look lovely. And I'd be like, what? I'd probably cry. I'd probably just run away and cry.
Yeah, I'm getting in older age, so not giving a shit about what. The other day, I got up out of bed in my pajamas and walked to the shop to buy some oat milk.
In your pajamas?
In my pajamas.
That's so unlike you.
So unlike me. I just
go into the shop though. That should be allowed, I think.
But to be fair, my pajamas are just a shorts and a vest. So
yeah.
But I was kind of disheveled. My hair was. Back in the day, I would never have dreamed of showing my face such.
You'd have put
if my hair was
aftershave
out
on.
of place. I would.
Yeah.
Would have ruined my day.
I know what you mean.
Now look at me, haggard.
You're not haggard. Your hair's grown though, isn't it?
It is. I need it cutting. We're going to a wedding at the end of this month, aren't we? So I'm trying to plan.
Hence my roots. I'm trying to eke it out.
Yeah, same. Because I want to have I don't want to. If I have it now, I've got another 4 weeks to wait, and I usually go about 6 weeks. It's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare.
Talking of nightmares, today my cleaner's ill.
Oh my God, are you okay, hon?
Oh, honestly, it was so funny. I got a text from my flatmate.
Do they come on Mondays? We're recording on a Monday, by the way.
They come every Monday for 6 hours.
6 hours. That's the deep clean, that.
They look. She's great. Shout out to her. And
doesn't know her name.
I do. Sandy.
That's a nice name.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh shit, that's the baby name gone.
And anyway, my flatmate texts me. He's funny, and he goes, "Terrible news" in capital letters. Sandy is ill. I was like, oh my God. I said, what are we going to do? He said, move. But yeah.
Will he be texting her every day until she comes?
No. I mean, we're still going to pay her. You know.
Yeah.
We're nice like that. She'll probably just come next Monday.
What, and you make her do 16
Lee's
hours?
got to get his rubber gloves on.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of cleaning, we just got Henry Hoover.
Oh my God.
Going old school. I'm sick of these piddly, the battery ones. We had a Vax one and it was totally shite in the end. She doesn't get the hers up. So we've gone old school. We've got Henry.
Yeah.
Thanks. Shout out to Sandra. third shout out of the show. My mum for buying us out from Costco.
Oh, lovely. You're getting into adulthood properly now. You're having a baby. You're buying a Henry Hoover.
Well, when it's just you can do your hoovering like as and when. But when there's like going to be a baby about, you got to be getting under the couch. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So
Yeah.
So Henry's there to help us out.
I've got one of those G-Tech Air Rams.
Oh my God, how are they? The adverts, shocking.
Is it? Why?
It's like this G-Tech RAM, and it's like the Brummy guy like invented it.
Yeah.
And it's just him walking around, and then they like CGI a load of others of him.
I don't think it's great. It used to be great, but I think it's on the way out.
You need a plug-in, I think. Well, I've tried the battery.
We do have a Henry as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
They just never die, do the old Henrys? Just rocking it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
good for
I'll tell you tonight. It's the first time I'm going to bloody use it.
Oh God.
I mean, we've all got problems. I should probably
Yeah.
not, there's a cost of living crisis.
The website? Oh my God, what am I talking about? The podcast is called Fab Life, so you're allowed to.
It's just, I mean, get well soon.
Henry. I mean, Sandy.
Sandy and Henry.
Together they're a match made in heaven.
Also I'm so lovely to her, so I overcompensate with her.
Do you use all your loveliness on her in the week and then everyone else just like gets the sass?
I'm like, hello, Sandy. I was like, would you like me to make you a drink or would you need anything? Like, I want everything to be nice for her.
Yeah, and then you're like, you would do under the bed for me today, wouldn't you, Sandy, in my room? That's what you do, buttering her up.
I did, yeah. She's a good gal. She's a good gal.
She's a good gal. Oh, can we discuss, do you think there's aliens?
Okay, we just we were gonna say.
I just was like, we were going to talk about something, and then I was like, it was the X thing because I've seen it all over X, all over Twitter. I'm calling it Twitter.
Well, apparently this a few days ago in the American court or something, they were asking this guy, and he said that they found biological remains on this unidentified flying object, UFO, but they changed it to something else now. Like,
but they can't call it UFO because it's too like
I
X-Files.
think it's something like aerial something. I don't know.
Have they got has the aerial thing landed somewhere?
I don't really know. But do you believe in aliens?
Not really.
I mean, there must be some sort of life form out there in the.
Professor Brian Cox.
I thought you were going to say this, Brian. Though.
Brian. Well, he's also into space travel. That's where he's just been on his holidays, nice and tan. That Brian. Brian Cox has been doing loads of tweets about, because everyone's asking him his professional opinion. Because everyone loves a bit of Brian, don't they?
Professor Brian, and that's not the Brian Cox from Succession.
It isn't, no. But there is a picture of them two together. Have you seen it?
No.
It like went viral because it was like when Brian Cox met Brian Cox.
Oh,
and they're both caption. Like. Also, did you know, just slight segue, that Brian Cox was the drummer for D-Ream?
Which Brian Cox?
Professor.
No, I didn't know that.
So he was in a band, and they sang, it's one of my favourite songs, Things Can Only Get Better. The 90s song. It was Tony Blair's song for his election campaign. But I just really like the song.
Yeah.
Freddie hates it. And I'm always like, but it's the 90s. It's so good.
Yeah.
He was the drummer.
Oh, wow.
I know. So he was fully in a band.
Man of many talents.
What a guy. Yeah, and he's been tweeting loads. And one of the things he did say was, it'd be nice if there was other life in this world, because that shows that when we might fuck up the planet, someone else might be able to,
I think they've just come over and they've gone, what the fuck, and left. I bet they're bitching about us as we speak.
I'm out.
I mean, imagine if they're looking at us.
Yeah.
They're probably like, guys, have you heard this?
You're fucking it up.
You heard about these humans?
Yeah.
They're weird.
What if they're called humans?
They won't be.
No.
Well, very unlikely that they've made up the exact same word for their species.
But if it was a flying object, that means it's like quite far, they're quite advanced, right?
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I always imagine if there's life on other planets, it's like kind of like evolutionary, where they're quite early in the stages, where it's like.
Well, why? I
don't know.
Because
it's just hard to imagine.
You started it off.
No.
Egotistical, that.
It's all the Big Bang. It's just the way the chips fell,
Well, yeah, but they might have evolved way quicker than we have.
That's true.
They might be, they might be on Adele's 18th album by now.
Oh my God! Imagine there's like.
We're only on her 4th.
Oh my God! Shit. Is she bringing out another?
Oh, she will eventually, but
she needs a bit of heartache first, doesn't she?
Yeah, don't we all? maybe some of those. We'll send her those love dilemmas.
We will.
Yeah, no, maybe there is. Maybe there's aliens amongst us and we don't know.
I'd love that. There's loads of films about that. That's quite interesting.
Well, we don't know that they all take a human form.
Yeah. Oh, what? It could be like a dog or something.
Well, yeah, of course.
Oh my God, Brian. Is Brian an alien?
Was he not a dog? Oh, here's a question then, before we go. If you were a dog, what would you be?
It's not a date.
Oh, did you say that on a date?
No, but you know when you're on a shit date and like this chat gets really stale and they go like, what's your favourite colour? Have you got any siblings?
Well, I remember once we started talking about tax returns on going back to them on a date, and I was telling them how to do it. And
then did they text you after going, I had such a good night tonight, and you were like, I'm going to charge you.
Yeah, I should send you an invoice.
Yeah,
how about on your return? What's your role on your tax return? Baker.
Yeah.
Just baker.
But then I do like other odd jobs that are PAYE, so then you have to write them in.
Yeah.
But it is just like bakery, small bakery.
So what dog? I think you'd be a poodle.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I'd have to be very prim and proper all the time. And if you saw me in Morrison's the other day,
exactly, yeah,
that was not a poodle.
Poodle every day of it, or in
that was a bulldog.
Yeah, in Morrison's you're a pigeon.
What would I be? I would be. I'm looking at myself now.
You've got kind of one of those. What are those dogs with kind of like the kind of what are they called? Longish hair. Got long hair and they've got kind of like they're very prim and proper.
An
dog.
Afghan hound.
Yes, I think it's an Afghan hound. Let me just get it up.
Like they've had the straighteners on.
Yeah, it's an Afghan hound. Just put it there. Just, if you can see there, I'm over to my camera. Yeah, there we go. That's an Afghan hound. We'll put that on Instagram.
I'm thrilled because that is full. That is a full head of hair, isn't it?
Yeah, that's totally.
It's also a bit rocker though, as she's got it in her face.
Because you've got a strong nose.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do.
And the dog has.
Thanks.
The Afghan hound.
What would you be? Little Jack Russell?
I think I'd be one of those, the Andrex puppies, really cute and...
Wheeze everywhere. You wouldn't be an Andrex.
Or I'd be like a little chihuahua, like nipping at people.
They are a bit naughty, aren't they?
They're the vicious ones.
Yeah, they are a bit horrible.
Or I'd be like... Well, I always wanted to be a bird, not a dog.
What bird would you be then if you're going to be a bird?
Probably a parrot.
Would you?
But I'd also like to be an eagle.
Got to pick one.
Probably a parrot would be more likely.
Because you'd just irritate people like repeating what they say.
Your words, not mine. Which I'd then repeat.
Which then you would say anyway, so be your words too.
But yeah, God, what a random episode.
I know, random.
Random, shut up.
TB kiss.
Yes, it's...
There you go. Time's up, innit?
I know. What?
We've both had random weeks, I feel like.
We really have. I'm very tired.
Yeah. Do you know what? Just to end on this, and I might clip this because he doesn't listen to the pod, Freddie keeps telling me how tired he is. And you know, when you're like, I just said to him the other day, I was like, you need to stop telling me how tired you are.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh no.
Does that annoy you when I say it?
No, it just reminded me because I don't see you like every day in my life.
And you're not carrying my baby, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's your own fault.
But he thought I was telling him as in like, by the way, you talk about it a lot, so just don't stop. You know, like, I'm doing you a favour. Yeah. And he's like, oh no, do I talk about it loads? Do I need to? I said, also, you're telling a pregnant woman who can't get to sleep very well that you're tired. All right. And she's not telling you she's tired, is she?
Oh, God, she's on the edge.
I realise I've been like quite low maintenance for 6 months. I need to ramp it up for the last 3.
Yeah, milk it.
He's like got off. And when I was on the market the weekend, this other woman who's had a baby next to me, she was like, put your feet up. She was like, stop. She was like, he should be doing everything for you. And I was like, I have been so low maintenance. I'm going to ramp it up a level.
Ramp it up.
If you've got any ideas, Fab Lifers, about how...
What massages?
That's what she said. She was like, you need to get on the massages. Yeah, so my back is actually killing from where I slept last night, so I need a massage.
Yeah. Running a bath for you?
Had a bath last night.
Yeah, nice.
So
Did he run it?
Did he run it? No, I had to clean the bath before.
Oh my God! You really outing him here.
He's normally really good, actually, but he's been away for a week, so I feel like he's come back and he's tired. Well,
He's getting around with that Henry Hoover.
get it out the box. Still in the box.
Oh, God.
Anyway, there you go. If you've got any ideas of how I can milk this pregnancy
Absolutely.
for quite a laid-back lady.
Well, he should be running to Morrison's to get the flour.
Oh, he wasn't in. I was in by myself.
God.
Oh, he's back now, though.
He's back and he's getting ready to work. Bitch.
Yeah, work, bitch.
Yeah.
That's right.
I had to get up and get the mugs for this bloody record. God, I was knackered. I said, no, you stay.
My back's killing me, honestly.
Anyway, thank you to everyone who's listened. Thank you also to everyone who comments on YouTube. It's always lovely that they leave a comment. I mean, we also on Instagram, we get a lot of nice messages on that.
A lot of nice DMs.
Yeah, if you want to leave us a review, I know we always say it. If you have never left us a review,
What have you been doing?
It will mean the world because it helps with the algorithm. It helps when people see it in the directories, and it takes all of 2 minutes to make the world of difference. And remember, hope kills. So we hope you would do that. Until then, it has been episode 21 of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee. Have a lovely week. I'm going to be gigging this weekend at the Wilderness Festival.
Oh my God, if anyone's at Wilderness.
But also, I'm going to Amy's second hen do.
So you're managing to fit it in?
Oh, I know, it's going to be a nightmare in terms of journeys, but I'm doing it.
All right, great. What am I doing? I'm seeing the in-laws for the first time as a with a bump.
Oh, they're going to feel your bump?
Feel the bump. Oh, I can really milk it this weekend.
Yes.
I'll be like, oh, Al, my father-in-law, I'll be like, get me that brew, will you?
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. Milk. What I'm doing right now. Do you have normal milk still?
I do, yeah. Full fat. That's what was in this puppy.
Oh, lovely.
Not sponsored by Starbucks still.
Anyway, yeah, see you later.
This has been a real Michael Ball send-off. All right, listen
What
again
did
next.
he say again? Godspeed.
Godspeed, and God willing, see you next week. As if like something bad's going to happen to him. Like, just sign off, Michael.
Oh, Michael.
God willing, we'll see you next week, Fab Lifers. This has been episode 21 of Fab Life.
With Lauren and Lee.
Such Michael Ball sign-off.
God willing, Godspeed.
Godspeed.